everybody.
Welcome back.
Is Coops here?
I don't know.
I am just on the phone.
Okay, cool. What were we just? Oh, Shavkat beating up Kamzad.
So this is our post-fight analysis of the USB or USB. The Tsarukyan versus Gamrot card. Also, Gamrot didn't win that fight.
Oh shit!
I thought. There's a lot of controversial calls, man.
Were there?
There was. Like,
I don't remember Herb officiating any of these fights.
I remember the first prelim. The first prelim fight to me was kind of. I thought the other chick won the first fight.
I actually have to open up the cards now.
Yeah, she was kind of wild.
Fuck. Sure, dog. Bro, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm typing, but that's not good.
Dude, nah. I'm just saying, like, the Armin Tsarukyan and the Gamrot, the finale, whatever, that I didn't think Gamrot won.
Neil Magny's not a good... Oh,
Neil Magny?
We just switched 3 fights. Okay, hold on. Which one are we talking about? Because you're going all over the place. Are we talking about fucking...
We're going to do what we always do. We're going to start...
We're gonna talk about one fight and then not talk about the rest of the card for another 50 minutes.
We're just gonna start from the top then, because we'll hit that anyway.
Start off from the top now.
Top to the bottom.
Started from the top. Now we're still at the top.
All right, we'll start off with the Tsarukyan and the Gamrot fight. To me, I thought Tsarukyan won. It was a decent fight. Gamrot won, I guess, but he goes to 22-0 or 21-1, whatever.
Okay, Gamrot. That's what everybody picked, right?
No, he was an underdog.
Gamrot was the underdog? I felt like everybody picked Gamrot. Maybe not.
No, everybody picked Tsarukyan. They were riding his dick hard. But I mean,
he won the first 3 rounds, in my opinion.
Me too,
yeah. I thought he won.
You thought he lost the fight?
I thought, okay, so here's the thing. Like, it's the unwritten rule. If you win round 5 and you won 2 rounds, you win the fight.
Okay.
This is like the unwritten rule of, like, MMA judging. It's like, you don't have to win 3 rounds. You have to win the last 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And now that doesn't make sense because the judges are supposed to score the fight at the end of every round, but that can't.
Isn't that what they're asking for, though? They're
asking for open scoring.
Open scoring,
that's
so
different.
People know what the score is.
That's so they know what the score is. They're supposed to have the score in no matter what at the end of the round, and I don't think that's commission based. I think that's universal. That's how it is. Now, I could be wrong about this. I might be wrong, but it doesn't make sense that you have so many fights where the one fighter is winning 3 rounds, and then the last 2 they get edged out. 10-9 decisively, and then the judges are like, those first 3 rounds never happened.
Yeah.
And it happens
I get you.
all the time in championship fights, and it's like, why bother? Huh?
How many times have you heard, Joe? How many times have you heard just a random person complain about the judging, dude? It's literally every time. It's crazy.
Something's not right. Even Dana complains about the judging, which means...
I know, because it's all over the place.
Yeah, but you can't have... If Dana has a problem with something, it gets fixed immediately. Think about all the referees that have been a problem with the UFC in the past.
Yeah, Mazzagatti.
Think about anything. Dan Hardy. Think about... I can't think of anything now, but any type of issue. There's been commissions. There's been referees. They literally left states because they were fucking stupid. Like, Dana doesn't give a fuck. So why is the judging still an issue?
It's because...
I'm suspect.
It's because the judging isn't actually run by the UFC. It's run by every single state. It's a commission, just like boxing.
Okay, but that doesn't really apply to all the other things I just said, which I agree with you. At face value, I agree with you, but what I'm saying, or what I'm inferring, is that it's better for it to be this big gray area for the UFC as a business.
But why do you say that?
Because you have, I don't really know. I don't know how much Dana is like Vince McMahon. I love Dana. I love the UFC. But, like, how much is the UFC actually fixed? I don't know, to be honest.
It's not. How are you saying it's fixed? How you can...
You know how easy it is to pay off any single individual that's participating in an event? One judge can get paid off $100,000 you'd never even know, and he can fix every fight. You'd have no idea. Dana wouldn't even know. It's very easy to fix fights. Now, I'm not saying it happens. I'm just saying it's very easy. And also, you'll never know how deep a fixed fight could go. Is Dana paying people with Bitcoin through like 10 fucking channels to make sure somebody wins? I don't know. I don't know that. You can't tell me that you know that. Now,
No,
I would say that it would be
because
fiducially irresponsible and it's completely illegal. That's fucking illegal.
No, I know that because that's he's making millions of dollars regardless of paying somebody or trying to do some weird thing like that.
But why is it? Because Conor McGregor's getting the best fights. He's getting like you're making sure that he wins. Certain people.
No, dude. He's gonna make money regardless. That shit is on them.
It might not be Dana. It could be anyone.
Well, okay.
Anybody who bets money. It could be anyone.
Okay. So some guy gets a deal to go down or whatever. Yeah, that's typical shit. But that's not. It's not corrupt as a system.
It could be corrupt as a commission system.
Who knows if there's a corrupt judge? But right now, everybody just thinks that they're just bad judges because they don't actually know mixed martial arts.
But this is my point.
There's so many disciplines for them to actually know, and then be like, okay, he's in a dominant position versus just a guy going like, oh, I don't know. Like
we're 20 years in the sport and judges are still retarded. Dana has fixed everything except for judging. My point is that
it's because he can't.
I don't think he couldn't. Dana can fix anything.
So
it's not his jurisdiction.
He doesn't have so basically he has no jurisdiction because it's the
he's literally made it. He's made referees not allowed to fight in the UFC. He has so much power. He could just stop fighting places.
He could recommend it, but ultimately,
he has certain powers. But
the funny thing about it is, you think Dana truly has the power. The ones that truly have the power is the Athletic Commission.
It's for sure. Yep.
They have so much power. It's not even funny, dude.
Dana literally just has to leave the state.
The rules are so strict.
Dana could leave the state at any moment. It's a multi-billion-dollar company.
He wouldn't leave the state. The taxes
they wouldn't.
Are way too good for him.
Well, okay, that's a great point. That's actually
it's way too good. They got their own stadium there, the Apex. They built it for them, dude.
I was saying
it's not just that; it's also the fighters too wanted in Las Vegas so that they don't have to take taxes on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It works out for everybody, but I know. So the whole fight fixing thing, I think the pride in those ones left kind of they were great organizations, but they also left black marks because over there they never tested for steroids or anything. And if they're not testing for steroids and they're looking for maximum ratings, why not let the Japanese guy win one or two? There's been that scenario where, the random Japanese guy beat one of the greats, and it looked really fixed, like Vitor. I think Vitor Belfort was in one of those where it looked fixed as hell, where he just kind of gave up. And it was like, But, So if it's been done before, and obviously...
Oh, there's lots of fights. Like, Amanda Nunes' last fight looks like that. It looks like she's another animal.
Yeah, it does. But it could have been and it could be simple as this: nobody's in on it, but Amanda Nunes and her family, or somebody put a bet on her.
And every single one in her family just puts a shit ton on it because of the line. Every single consistent time is ridiculous for her.
Right. That was the first time that she wasn't that she wasn't the underdog too. I think.
She could have bet her whole net worth on herself.
Yeah.
And
why not?
Just cashed out. And just
retired off of it. Even a quarter of it. She didn't have to retire because ain't nobody gonna look for that. Or
gone to different bookies,
take it as, hey, you got
different
messed up,
states,
you got rocked,
different
you got
countries.
Out. She could literally come back and have another fight and do it again and clean out.
Exactly. Now think about it from the UFC perspective. Amanda Nunes isn't being beaten anytime soon, right? So it's like, how about you lose? We'll get this other chick. We'll do the Ultimate Fighter. We'll try to resurrect that fucking bullshit intellectual property, and then you'll be champion again. Don't worry about it. And she just had 2 kids with her wife. She's chilling. She doesn't want to fucking be champion right now. She's gonna train, hang out, and then she'll probably be in the spotlight again. But it didn't make sense for her to be champion right now. She doesn't seem like she wants to be.
It's hard to promote her though because she ain't got anybody to fight. There's nobody in that division. There's nobody.
I mean, who's lighting that fire
She had to drop down to fight Pena. That means that she was in the higher division, which nobody fights at. The only other fighter was Cyborg, which she beat, and it was a great fight. Probably one of the best women fights I've ever seen.
She was the best woman fighter of all time.
Yeah, and she knocked out Cyborg. And it was like, wow, she did a Cyborg on Cyborg. It was amazing. But other than that, there's no other fighter. Maybe Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison's in PFL. She just signed a fat-ass deal. She ain't coming over anytime soon. Ain't nobody there to fight her at all.
I just to bring it back full circle, I don't really think Dana is the one fixing fights, but Herb Dean is too fucking suspect all the time. There's too many judges are too fucked up all the time. Why is it that
Herb Dean's a bad example, I would say.
Why? Because he's the best, or because he's the worst?
No, he's not the worst, and he's not the best.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just, he has some bad calls. Sometimes he lets things go a little too late. Sometimes he lets things go a little bit too...
So don't give him every fucking title fight. Soon. Why is every Conor McGregor fight officiated by Herb Dean?
It's because I think it has something kind of to do with Joe Rogan had him on there, and Joe Rogan was very, very complimentary towards him. And so probably the commission listened to that and was like, oh, okay, we should have him, referee the important fights.
I think there should be a rule that the same referee should not be able to officiate the same fighter twice in a row. Like, Herb Dean officiates every fucking championship fight almost, and it's the same fighters all the fucking time. Fuck off. Like, that should be, like, number one rule. You can't have the same judges or the same officials officiating the same fights every time. How's that?
Yeah.
Want the sport a little bit? I do.
Yeah, I don't like it when the referees do that either. When
Yeah.
they come in and they ref more than one fight, I was like,
Yeah. No,
go home
and it's
for
like,
the
I
night.
love Herb Dean, but Mark Arder's good. Fucking Herzog is amazing. I like Mark Smith. Let's bring back what's his face, your boy, Mr. 420.
I like him, dude. Josh.
Rosenthal. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh is great, but he got
Who else
caught
is
for
good?
a lot of weed. The thing
Where's
is,
no nonsense, Keith Peterson. Excuse me, the best.
You mean alcohol and cigarettes?
I'll take.
Excuse me, how dare you? Excuse me, Mr. Dominic Cruz, how dare you?
I like.
Do you need some tissue, sir, to stop your tears?
That dude, sometimes you can't understand.
All right, you guys, just speak
completely.
completely. All right, everybody, let's get it on.
Haters, that guy's cool.
Are you ready, sir? Are you ready?
He's better than the giant fucking beard
He's
guy.
my
That
favorite,
shit's
dude.
annoying.
I love that dude.
They're
Yeah.
all great.
That dude's he got told
Beltran.
to tuck him in or some
Dude,
shit.
Herzog's the best.
I think
Jason
it's dependent.
Herzog.
It's dependent on the commission.
He is great.
Jason
I think
Herzog's G.
in Nevada he has to tuck him in. I don't think he has to tuck him in all.
I didn't like Kamaguchi. I didn't like whatever that guy's name was. The guy that did the heart. I didn't like him.
I don't like him either.
Magazaga.
Yeah, I didn't like Mazgatti either.
Nagazaga, no.
It's kind of like what Dana said. Dana said it right in like a nail on the head. He said he doesn't like the referees that try to make it about themselves. That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Herb Dean.
Yeah, like Mazgatti doing the heart shit. Like
No one cares about your fucking heart, idiot.
They don't care about
Fucking
your
retard.
signature line, or your move, or let's get it on, or whatever.
I fucking love
Do your job.
Dana. Do your fucking job and shut the fuck up. Stop thinking about your goddamn grocery list in the middle of a fucking fight. Dude, that was funny when he was making fun of, not Mazzagatti, but the Italian guy. Oh, no, that was Yeah, that was Mazzagatti. Not Namasaki.
Just making fun of a couple of them.
Mazzagatti and Namasaki, it's easy to get them mixed up, even though one's Italian and one's Japanese. Very interesting. I'm having a lot of trouble finding this fight. Maybe because the name is Tsarukyan versus Gamrot. You'll never forget those fucking names now. Jesus Christ, man. I couldn't even pronounce those names, and now I could spell them fucking backwards with my fucking eyes closed.
Gamrot's easy.
Are we going through the card?
That's what we've been doing. I don't know if you've been listening.
Well,
that's what we do here.
I don't think you guys started yet.
Let's go through the card top down perfectly every time.
Top down? Oh, okay.
Actually, that's even better because now we're back at Magni and Savcat. So we're going to talk about this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we even talk about any of the fights? I don't even know.
Yeah, we talked about Tsarukyan and Gamrot. But you said you thought Tsarukyan won the first three. I thought Tsarukyan won.
Right, and then
Gamrot won the
judges.
fight.
Oh, we
what
did.
did you
That was a
think,
good
Coops?
discussion.
What did you think?
I did think Armand took it. Like I was
That's
very
three of us.
surprised.
All three of us thought Armand took it. See, that's what I mean.
But the first three, and he lost the last two, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So can we agree? And I might just name the podcast.
No,
as
you
the
might be
Unwritten
right.
Rule.
I don't know if
right.
I don't know which rounds it was specifically because I think he did pretty well in the last round too. So I don't know which ones, but
I agree about that. Yeah.
But I did think he took it, like, for sure. I didn't think
Yeah,
when I was so surprised when Gamrot won, and that was literally the last thing I had for my parlay. I had a 5 or 6 fight parlay, and that was the last one. So,
yeah. So,
did you think who did you think the takedown defense? I thought his takedown defense was superior. He was getting taken down, but what's his name was going for like 100 fucking takedowns, and he was using a lot of energy. Here's what I think. I think Tsarukyan would have won if he stopped trying to strike only, and I think that was a mistake on behalf of the fight. He got dominated the most. Actually, I don't agree with you about the last round. The round he got dominated the most, in my opinion, was the 5th round, and that was when he stopped going for takedowns. And his corner told him to stop going for takedowns in the 4th round. And I think honestly, if he went for more wrestling or more grappling, that's when his striking was capitalizing. He was going for striking, and then what's his name would go for a takedown immediately. He'd get tagged a little bit, but then he'd hold on to him for a minute and a half, and it wouldn't be like he wouldn't do anything with that minute and a half, but it was still control. So it's like he looked like he was losing the fight.
It was a boring ass fucking fight, and I don't really remember it that much.
Like, I don't agree about that. That may have been the best. One of the best fights I've seen as far as grappling goes in the UFC ever. That was an incredible fight. It was an incredible fight in my opinion.
Honestly, it was an alright fight to me. I thought it was good, but I thought it was alright because I thought Tsarukyan was getting the better of him in the first 3 rounds, but it was also he had better rounds than Gamrot's rounds that he won. So Tsarukyan looked really good in the rounds that he won, and Gamrot, you kind of were like, oh, Arman could have won that round too. You know what I mean?
They looked very like evenly matched, kind of on the grappling, but I think Arman was still better on the ground. Because they were, rolling and
also, how do you guys feel about the announcers and their opinion sway? Because a lot of them would be like, "Oh, Tsarukyan has some of the best defense I've ever seen," and stuff, and then he just gets taken down. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like swaying people's opinions, like, "Oh, maybe his defense ain't as good as they said." You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's definitely different when you listen without any commentary. Like when I was there live, it was weird. I was like, because you don't hear them, in the audience or in the crowd. And it was cool. It was nice. It's a nice change.
I feel like I would lose focus a bit if I didn't hear them because it helps me like just grasp the content a little bit more. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on from that, I guess. So yeah, I agree. It was just a weird fight. I thought it was a great fight though.
It was all right. It just I don't know.
Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Neil Magny. That was clearly dominant. Now you think Shavkat could beat what's his face, Khamzat?
That'd be a good fight.
I think it'd be a good fight. I don't know if he could beat him necessarily, especially off a Neil Magny win, but the Shavkat's really good. I'd like to see him get tested a little bit more.
They're not in the same division, though, are they?
I didn't think so. Neil Magny, is that 155 or 170?
Oh, I know that Rav Katmanov or whatever is welterweight.
I'm not good with names. I'm good with numbers. I always get them all mixed up.
Yeah, 155.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that was... Well, that's what Nick said. I don't know about... welterweight. It was dominant. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so that fight may never happen because they'll never exist. Okay.
Oh, wait. Welterweight is actually 147?
No, that's the minimum, right? Because you can be 146. So 147, no more than 147. Wait, it's not.
Check here.
Let's just look up Shavkat Rakhmonov so we don't look like complete fucking idiots. Shavkat Rakhmonov. All right, well, I typed that in on Google and I didn't get Shavkat back, so we'll just never know. We'll never know what fight. We'll never know what weight he fights at, even though he just fought on Saturday against Neil Magny, who is a well-known fighter. And I can't think of his weight class currently, 170. So yeah, no, Nick's right. Okay, so yeah, they can fight. Now, I think Khamzat's a nice, fat, juicy 185er, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. He is.
But Khamzat's not a tiny bitch either. That's the other thing. He's big. Oh, he fought an M1. Aha, that's probably where I know him from. Because I know
think Khamzat can move up to 185, but I think his natural weight's 170.
Has he ever fought at 185 is the real question. Catch weight 176.
I think he was wanting to go up when other people were talking shit. So.
Catch weight 173. Olivia missed weight. Welterweight debut. Oh, he beat Cowboy Oliveira. Oh, shit. I was thinking he beat fucking Charles Oliveira, but no, that's still fucking pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think Shavkat's definitely got a future here.
Well, fuck yeah.
But I mean, like, big. He said he wanted to fight...
Like 20-0.
He wanted to fight for the belt. He said, I'm coming for the belt or whatever. And he was good on the mic. He was really good on the mic.
What?
These motherfuckers are getting... Oh, come on. He doesn't speak English, dude. He was fantastic on the mic. To have confidence and to not really be able to say what you want immediately, but to get your message out is so difficult. Because think about it. You're on television. You just fought. You got hit a little bit. I mean, he beat up Neil Magny. But, like, he's confident, feels good. But it's hard to just put all that shit together, man. Like, that's really, it's the icing on the cake.
I think he had, like, a script, right? He had, like, a little thing he said. He's like, at the end.
You're in a fight, man. Trying to remember any of that shit right afterwards is difficult.
Well, I'm just saying he
Also-
got probably coached for it for like 3 weeks to say like 5 words, but
Yes, but whatever. And they also remind him shit too. He's like, I have a call out or whatever. I forget. Who did he call out?
yeah, exactly. Like
He
they're
called
like,
out
and he has a call out.
He called out fucking Gaethje. Right? Didn't he call out Gaethje?
They did, I think so.
What the fuck? That's why I was like,
Gaethje?
yo, he called out Gaethje at the end of the fight, dude. Which was like, are you serious? Okay, let's go. This guy knows what's up.
I don't know if he did or not. Did he really?
I believe he did.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
It was right at the end of the fight. That's why I was like, oh my god, this guy, he's ready. Because not only like he beat up Neil Magny, not a big deal, but also kind of a big deal. And then you call out Gaethje. There's not a better call out. You want to test yourself. Gaethje is the motherfucker that's gonna test you. Damn, it's beautiful, man. He said also about Neil Magny, which was fucked up. He was like, I didn't want to beat him in the first round. I had to take it slow. I was like, you motherfucker. But he's right. Like, he was fucking him up in the first round. He submitted him with like 2 minutes to go or 2 seconds to go in like round 2. Connor has
No. See, it wasn't Gaethje. I just replayed the video. It's Stephen Thompson.
Oh, you're right.
But that's a great call out. That's a great call out.
Who called that Gaethje then? Then it must have been Gaethje's 155.
Yeah. So yeah.
Was that Gamrot? Who called that Gaethje?
Stephen Thompson's pretty good call out for him though.
That is a good. I made that up. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Stephen Thompson's a good call. I feel like someone called out Gaethje though. Anyway, whatever. Josh Parisian versus Alan Boudreaux. Alan Boudreaux hits like a fucking train. That was a good fight. Josh Parisian was doing pretty good in the first round. Alan Boudreaux fucked him up. Do you guys remember that fight? You want to talk about it? I don't really care. I don't really care.
Two fat boys losing energy.
I don't really bet on the Frenchies. Not that I don't like them. It's just that MMA is new over there. But in reality, you have Ngannou, Cyril Gane, a lot of the guys that go over to Canada. I think actually no, I think he's French. Saint Mercier or whatever, the guy that just fought in Bellator. Aubin Saint Mercier. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, that was a weird fight with him and Josh. It was back and forth, and then they got both really, really tired, and then they're just flopping against each other, and then he just got Alan Boudreaux.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get, but yeah. They were saying Alan Boudreaux could fight at heavyweight, and I was like, meh.
I was a heavyweight.
Who am I confusing then? Who fought at 205? And then they were like, he could fight at heavyweight.
Thiago?
No. That was at heavyweight? Not
Thiago. Thiago's a lightweight.
No, Josh Parisian versus Alan Boudreaux. I thought that was...
Yeah, that's heavyweight.
Oh, my bad. I'm mixing up a lot of shit.
But yeah, that leads us into the next fight, lightweight fight. Thiago Moises versus Christos Gigos? I think so.
That Greek motherfucker. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I liked that fight.
Yeah, Thiago looked good. And then he had a good post-fight interview, too.
Everybody was saying that was a gimme fight for Thiago, and he made it look like it was. So, first round, submission in the first, he was like 3 minutes, 5 seconds.
Accomplished, right? He's the he's the guy that won like all the jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gold. He's Brazilian, so all those guys pretty much grew up doing that.
Oh wait, no.
He's a black belt under Paulo Streckert.
Nope, I was confusing him with somebody else. I'm really off today. What the fuck? Thiago Moises, forget it. He's coming off 2 losses, and then he went to Christos Gigos. Okay, he lost to Islam and Joel Alvarez. Interesting.
Islam Makhachev, I remember that fight. That was a good fight. That was a long fight.
I remember this choke. I think Islam looks like kind of. he's jacked, right? But he looks kind of soft.
Islam, he's fucking. That's the dude right there. That's
Yeah.
Khabib's golden child.
But when he choked out Thiago Moises, right? You see him squeeze, and when he squeezes on Thiago's neck, his entire body, it looks like he gains like 40 pounds of muscle in like 2 seconds. Like his entire body is flexes, like all of his muscles come out, and you're like, what the fuck? Like he's jacked. Islam is super
little
jacked.
Muscles too, though. All those guys, they train so much. It's like all of their tendons are strong. Like all that shit. All the little things that take years to develop.
Like Khabib looked kind of soft, right? Like Fedor Emelianenko, kind of soft looking. Some of the strongest motherfuckers you'll ever interact with, but like a little heavy. Like not super jacked. Like they don't look like fucking. I can't think of his name now. Somebody who's
shit! I mean, Khabib didn't look soft to me, at least.
Nah, he didn't look like Conor. Looks like more jacked than Khabib, easily.
Oh, that's just like they're different kind of muscle structures and everything like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Training,
those Russians have that. Like they have a little. They look softer, but when they flex, holy shit! They're jacked. They're super jacked. It's like ridiculous. They look like Yoel. All of a sudden, it's so hard to explain. Like clearly Khabib, he's super in shape. Like he's
Khabib
super jacked.
Cuts a lot, so
they all cut.
He's naturally bigger.
That's what I'm saying though. But like they're all
he's had trouble making weight a lot.
They should all be more jacked then theoretically because they're cutting so much weight. Like they should be more like.
You gotta look at a picture of Khabib like on fight day or like.
I'm not saying he's not.
He doesn't look soft.
Super jacked. He doesn't have the definition, the cuts like some of the other fighters. But I'm not saying that matters at all. It doesn't matter. It clearly doesn't matter. That's my point. Is that it doesn't even matter. I'm saying Islam is more. I would say more jacked than Khabib, but still has that softness looking to him. But when he squeezes a motherfucker, I'm telling you, he might be one of the most jacked motherfuckers in the UFC. It's ridiculous. I've never seen muscles on a body before like Islam has. But you have to see him like flexing, squeezing the life out of somebody. It's completely different. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just fantasizing about men right now, so whatever, it's fine.
Okay.
Next fight. I lost my my card. I can't find it.
Okay. Next fight is a bantamweight fight. Nathan Manis versus Umar Nurmagomedov.
My stream kept cutting out during this one, but Umar won decisively, of course.
It was a third round decision for Umar Nurmagomedov. He's 15-0 now. It was a good fight.
It was all right. I mean, it's nice to see. It'd be nice to see these guys be more dominant if they're gonna be more dominant. He looked great.
I think Nathan gave him some troubles.
I don't know. He's got a lot of hype to live up to, so it's not really fair. He's got a lot of hype to live up to. Any Nurmagomedov name, it's just like insane. Or like anybody at like AKA or not. Yeah, right. That's AKA.
Who are you talking about?
Habib, DC.
Oh yeah,
Javier.
AKA.
Those guys, it's like you have to be amazing. You have to be fucking number one. It's an amazing gym, and they have a lot of those guys have Abdulmanap. Like they have all that mentality. They all trained with Abdulmanap, Habib's father. So it's like they're all really serious, really great fighters. But it's like fucking like Conor McGregor gets on the fucking mic, talks some shit, smokes a motherfucker. Habib gets on the mic, and then it's a 5-round. I'm gonna wrestle fuck you, and that's good. It's cool, but it's like. Against the highest quality contenders, it makes sense. Against the lower tier guys, it should be more decisive. And that was kind of the problem with Habib's career, is that like he made it look easy, but it was never instant. kind of, if that makes sense.
He's had a lot of instant wins, though.
Yeah. He just fucking wrestle fucks people against the cage for forever.
Man, he made it look easy.
Yes, but like it's not a finish. It's not a devastating finish.
Yes, he finished them every time. He choked the life out of you. He locks up your legs and he chokes the shit out of you. And that's after he goes on the feet with you and is actually competing on the feet with you too. So he tells you that you ain't shit on the feet, and then he fucking chokes the shit out of you whenever he wants to.
Early on,
he did it so confidently that he didn't want to break the dude's arm, and then chokes him out. Like switches position.
He doesn't have that big wins. I mean, like his wins are like not like that.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dos Anjos, Gaethje, Poirier, McGregor, Ali Quinta. Like
okay, now we're stretching. Now we're starting to stretch.
Ali Quinta, he used to be a champion. We're gonna go through it.
Justin Gaethje doesn't win a lot. Dustin Poirier just lost the last two. Conor McGregor, let's be serious. Ali Quinta doesn't even fight in the UFC anymore. Edson Barbosa, okay, no. Michael Johnson, no.
Michael Johnson,
Rafael dos Anjos, gatekeeper. Rafael dos Anjos might be the biggest name on that list. Okay, that's my point.
This is great.
I don't know.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm taking devil's advocate position, but in reality, I'm just saying. Khabib,
he could have stayed around, but he never lost a fight.
Joining into the conversation, what was the question?
29 fights, all wins.
Khabib's record, he wins, right? He wins, but it's not like some of the guys he beat early on, right? For as impressive as a fighter as he is.
He said it wasn't dominant.
Decision,
It's
dominant. TKO, submission, submission, technical submission. The last three, yes, but Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje.
Look at those decisions. What's the word next to it? Unanimous.
That's fine, but that's my point, though. It's like if you're, especially against those earlier guys in your career, he didn't get those like submission victories until the end. On the way up, it wasn't like, holy shit, you're killing these guys round one. It's like you're just dominating them for 3 rounds.
So a man's not great.
I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying the reason why what separates Conor McGregor from Khabib Nurmagomedov is the fact that he goes and talks shit and ends the fight. Khabib Nurmagomedov, best fighter of all time.
Okay. Let's look at Conor's fucking record. Let's go to that little red.
That's whatever you're going to say right now is going to take away from your credibility of Khabib.
No, you're saying
Khabib is so good
not
because
great. You're
saying
he's not dominant.
No, but and
then you're saying Conor is?
I didn't say that. I actually said he's very dominant. I said he's dominant for 3 rounds. I said the exact opposite. But I'm saying if you're going to take away from Conor, you're taking away from Khabib now too. Because the reason why he's so good is because he beat Conor.
No, I'm saying Khabib doesn't have a blemish on his career. And then you're saying Conor is great.
Yes.
Greater than Khabib, and he has like fucking 4 losses.
I think Conor is arguably a bigger name than Khabib, and the reason why is because he has decisive wins, where he talks shit and then wins immediately in like the first or second round.
Definitely not the reason why. This is definitely not
and
the
he
reason
throws
why.
Things through buses. I mean, there's like I just give you 3 great reasons. I don't know what's the reason why.
No, like Conor, it's his personality. It's his he
talks shit and gets a win.
Mic.
Yeah, but he talks shit. But what if he lost every fight?
Of it too. And
what if he talks shit
in Ireland? I mean,
no. But what if he talked shit and went to 5-round decisions every fight?
He called out certain things, and then
he'd be a Marty Usman.
And he was like the soothsayer. He called out stuff, and then they actually happened. Said he wanted to have 2 belts, made it happen really quick. Just everything. The way he presents himself. That's
my point. He knocked out those people. He talked some shit and knocked those people out. Habib, the reason why he wasn't getting those title fights is because he wasn't that exciting. It's like no one wants to see you wrestle fuck people for 5 rounds, 5-round decisions, which is what he got until those last 3.
Some history, like GSP was a great fighter, but he was a hump machine. Yes. If he wasn't from Canada and he was from the US, he probably wouldn't have had the appeal that he would have had. But because GSP was a hump machine, it was not good for the sport because it wasn't popular. Right. I mean, he's a great fighter and all, and he gets all his accolades.
Well, they did the same shit.
But you know what I mean? But like that's why Uncle was saying like they didn't want Khabib to get a shot because he was a humper too. Mm-hmm. And so Dana was just coming off the GSP era. He's like, all right, I need some dudes like Conor, you know what I mean? And I need knockouts. So yeah, that's why they didn't push Khabib, dude, honestly. Honestly, they knew he would win the
Well,
title.
I'm
all
not
day
saying
before.
that. That wasn't even the thing. I know why they didn't push him, and I know that's why
they didn't push him.
And I know that's why Connor's so big. But like, it's still you
Connor
can't
made
say
himself
that Khabib
big, honestly.
was dominant,
Like,
or
you
that
can
he
push Connor, right? You can push
doesn't
Connor.
have a good career.
I know, but you can push Connor, right? So you can push Connor, but honestly, Connor did it all himself with his mouth and the way he presented himself, and he did it. It's like, yeah, they gave him more limelight, but dude, he made them so much more money in return. It's not even funny how much money he made them.
In reality, Connor changed the business, and like a percentage overall, just one would have been like reasonable in my opinion. I don't know what he was asking for or whatever, but like one is okay. 1% of the entire UFC is Conor McGregor. 40 at least. 50, 90 might be Dana. I don't know.
Well, 1% is pretty big actually in a corporation like that.
That's what I'm saying. But like Dana isn't getting 90% worth of the UFC, and Conor's not going to get 1% either. You know what I mean? Like Dana is the UFC. The moment Dana leaves the UFC, people are going to stop watching.
Nah.
The moment if Dana died tomorrow, people are going to be like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch UFC."
I don't think so. I definitely don't think so.
He's a huge part of it, man. He's a huge part of views.
He's a huge part of it, but if he died tomorrow,
I'm not saying
I would
everybody.
Still watch
I'm just saying. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying people. Some people. I'm not saying like a majority. I'm just saying it will.
Some people are going to quit
take
watching
away
tomorrow too, just regardless.
Okay, but I'm just saying because of him leaving or because of his absence, people are going to be like, "Oh, I miss that. It's not the same."
I don't know. I guess when Donald retires, maybe some fanboy of Donald will go away too. But I mean,
yes,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a major reason why they're trying to keep him around. It's because how many people just like watching the UFC because Donald's going to fight, and how many people just tune in? How many people just pay for a pay-per-view because Donald's going to be around?
I would say not many. I mean, it's like if you're a fan of UFC, you're a fan of UFC. You're a fan of the whole all these fighters, the quality of the presentation, the
the way they make money. This is the whole Conor McGregor discussion. It's like Conor McGregor is the reason why you have a lot of fans. If Conor's not fighting, you're not going to get people buying those UFC cards. Now, also, you're with Donald Cerrone, Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, fucking Brock Lesnar, you're appealing to an older demographic that's used to paying for pay-per-views. So it's like you need to find people who appeal to those older demographics that are willing to pay for premium content through a pay-per-view like subscription platform. And you're not going to find a lot of like younger heads doing that at this point.
I mean, I think you are. I mean, everybody grows up sometime and they have a job and they don't want to go and learn how to torn it when they're actually, doing stuff in their real life. They just want to pay $60 to watch a fight.
It's 100, but sure. I don't disagree with you, but yeah, it's expensive. So like you're gonna have people just fight. You're going to only have them buy one card out of the year, and it might just be the Donald Cerrone card.
Yeah, I would say like on average, like 1 to 2 fights a year for just like a casual fan. Yeah.
But that means you got to keep those people around.
But a lot of people have ESPN Plus now too, so they'll just like watch the free fights and then they'll do like 1 or 2 pay-per-views, which is a good amount of fights in the year.
If you want to make sure you're fighting the UFC, make sure you get on a pay-per-view card and make sure that you get people who want to buy your pay-per-view card because that's literally the business plan currently, and hopefully it'll change. Oh, by the way, UFC is going to be on ABC fucking this weekend.
Hey, actually, week, right? Like that is for any single sport, like every single fucking thing, like ever, like anything that you want to do. If you get more people with your eyes on you, no matter what you're doing, bad or good, it's going to be good for you in the end.
Yeah,
like, but what did Hannah Montana do?
But there's no pay-per-views in Hannah Montana. There's no pay-per-views in NFL or NHL or baseball. It's only boxing and UFC. There's only sports that have pay-per-views, and the WWE, but like that's not the same thing.
No, I'm just saying, like if you want to get more eyes on you, you might want to be a Colby Covington. You might want to put on a little show. You might want to be a little bit of, a showman. That's what you're doing. You're an entertainer.
But you got to get on the pay-per-view card, and you got to make sure people watch it. That's how you become a long-term UFC employee.
There's two sides to being a good UFC employee or a good UFC fighter, right? And this is what this is what Conor had for a time period, and he doesn't have it now, and that's why he's not as talked about or, as loved or as whatever. There's two things. You want to be a showman, and then you also want to be a good fighter. The good fighter is for you. The good fighter is for your ranking, and the good showman is for your pay-per-view and your money, and your sponsorships. If you can't, do both, then you're not going to go up as fast as you normally would, right? Like Conor had both. He was a showman, and when he needed to get stuff done, he got it done so that he could be a showman again, and he kept it going, and he kept it going, and he kept it going. Like, a lot of these guys, like, they just want to be a good UFC fighter. They just want to be thought of as like just a strong, dependable guy that works for the company.
I'm a UFC guy. I'm a company man. I should fight anybody. I fight anybody anytime.
But really, you're just a sea of gatekeepers now, or that's what you sound like. You got to be original. You got to bring something new to it. You got to, like, Israel's trying to. He's trying to do like the whole anime kind of thing, the whole like, new age tech. I'm on the computer and memes and everything like that. But I don't know. Some people see that as a little cringy and a little weird. He does like the the little entrance walks and the whole dances and everything like that. He's trying to bring a little of the boxing stuff to like UFC, which is like cool, like he's trying, but like the stuff that I think really resonates with like UFC fans is the stuff that Conor did, where it's just the pure no nonsense talking shit and just a really good quality of it. Things that they say, he comes right back with a response. It's like those little things that it's clippable. It's put it on a meme, like, put it on a t-shirt, like all that stuff. And they did, and he made money on all of it.
But but here's the thing though. And this is the original discussion we're having. It's like, you need to be able to do that and back it up. I'll give you an example. Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis talks mad shit. He's mad annoying. No one gives a fuck about him. He got ego kicked by Khabib, and he hasn't ever gotten a knockout. He's never fought in MMA. Kevin Holland was getting knockouts off of his back.
Yeah, and he was talking shit, but
okay, but that's my point. This is the reason why. This is the reason why like Conor is more impressive than like Khabib. It's not because he's talking shit. It's because he's getting fucking decisive.
Was more impressive though. More impressive. He was more impressive when he was winning back to back.
Well, no, it's not. It's not even necessarily was. It's the fact that like who's a Conor fan and who's a Khabib fan? How many, like, numerically speaking?
Well,
you're gonna have more people like, Conor fans.
What I'm saying is, like, he was able to build up so much steam because, like, he never had a loss in pressure. Is essentially what I'm saying. Like, for a time period, he was calling out stuff, talking shit really well, getting all the clips, making people love him, and then fight day would come around and he'd do what he said he wanted to do. Right? He'd get it done, and then he'd talk shit really good, have the clips, do it again. Have the clips, do it again, and then he was double champ. It wasn't that many fights.
Literally what I was saying in the beginning, yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't that many fights, and he was able to get to a high point because of how well he talked shit.
And getting those
single jumps. Yeah, exactly.
Marketable, and Dana wanted to push that because no one wants to watch people wrestle fuck like GSP.
But as a whole, he's not as good of a fighter, or he doesn't have as good of a career.
Exactly.
Khabib.
No, I would say his career is the best career in the MMA. And that's almost like unarguable. Or
for money, yes. For success, money-wise, yes.
What are we doing here? Yeah, I mean, we're not. It's not charity,
right? So I don't really give a shit about like them earning money. That's for them.
People could say Bruce Lee is the biggest fighter or the best fighter of all time, but it's like you didn't fight in MMA and you didn't do anything. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like who's who do people know and who's getting paid to be like?
Well, yeah, but
what guy? On the pay-per-view card.
Who becomes more popular, or are you watching it to see who's a better fighter? I'm watching to see who's a better fighter. So the money part, that's on them. Great, they have a great life.
Are, and I am. But I'm saying fans overall.
Yeah,
see, we're not the average fan. You have to keep that in mind. Like, we're definitely not the average fan. Who is MMA appealing to? I want to see a motherfucker talk shit and then knock a motherfucker out. I don't want to see somebody wrestle fuck forever. This is like literally what we've been talking about this entire conversation. It's like, I don't disagree with you, and like everything you're saying is correct, but like that's not appealing. to everyone, like to us, because we care about the sport. But you have people who watch. You literally have people who buy pay-per-views once a year because Donald Cerrone or Conor McGregor's on it. And they think, and honestly, who's a bigger fan? The person who spends the $100 for that card or me? That's really subjective when you get down to what's a fan. Technically. So it's like in reality,
Well,
like, you can't really even I'm just saying you like I don't want to get into the specifics of the reasons why they're technically a better fan than I am. But in reality, I mean, they're giving their hard-earned cash to go watch Donald Cerrone. I can't necessarily say the same thing about myself. I like Donald Cerrone. I know about him. I understand him. But those guys are the true fans. So what's driving this fucking company? Conor McGregor. Let's get those motherfuckers. We need more Conor McGregors now. Khabib can fucking wrestle fuck all fucking day long. UFC Arabia's fucking free.
Promotions. That's why you see Paddy Pimblett getting hella promotions. That's why you see like all these guys that are like that getting hella promotions.
No one gives a shit about like your demographic when like the Turkish UFC champion. No, they'll never get pushed. Why? Because if you want to buy ESPN Plus in Turkey, it's like $2 a year. So it's like the pay-per-view is going to be 10 fucking cents. No one gives a shit. You got to make it so like people are going to like spend money on your shit. Who's going to be driving those fucking pay-per-view fucking buys? Conor McGregor, Donald Cerrone, Brock fucking Lesnar, the Ronda Rousey.
Well, those are all the old ones, you know what I mean? We could cite older ones before those guys, and that's the ones that they were pushing.
No, but I'm just saying, who's the next one?
Is like Yuri Prohashka. We got
Yuri Adesanya. Yeah, okay.
Ian Gary, like I said. Paddy Pimblett.
Paddy.
We got the dude that's fighting right now.
Paddy gets tagged, gets knockouts, right? He wins fights, but it gets tagged, and he probably is going to get fucking taken down soon. Probably going to get fucked up one of his next fights. But it doesn't matter. He's going to be huge.
Israel is big.
Israel's probably going to get killed by his fucking next opponent. Not Cannonier, but the other guy that he already lost twice to.
Pereira?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of guys that they look like they're promoting.
And Adesanya lost to Jan. He got wrestle-fucked by Jan. And that, honestly, like, as much as I love Adesanya, he decisively lost that fight, and it's his fault. It's not because Jan was bigger. It doesn't fucking matter. Adesanya, you want to fight somebody at 205? Don't come into the fight at 186, you dumbass.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing here? You got fucked up. So now we know the secret. Anybody who comes in slightly over 186 and wrestle fucks you, you're dead. UFC is literally picking your fights. Okay, cool. Let's pretend some more. Here, go fight the fucking kickboxer you lost to twice. Let's see if you can do it again. Like, that's like, they're not giving him certain matchups on purpose. He can die.
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
You can fuck on him. But he got fucked on. But at the same time, he's cleared out of the division. So it's like, what are you going to do? Actually, honestly, I have to take that back. It really doesn't make sense what I just said because he's cleared out the fucking division. I don't know who the fuck he can wrestle. But like we know what the answer is. So I don't know at the same time. That's weird actually. I
think anybody can get beat. You know, it just doesn't. It's any time, it's any day, whatever. Who knows?
You know what? I don't really. He beat technically Yoel and Acosta, or Paul Acosta, not Acosta, but Costa. And then, fuck.
We should move on to the next fight.
Adesanya's that good, man. I hate Adesanya. He's literally that fucking good. Ugh, I hate him so much. I want him to lose so bad. I actually like him too. I actually like him more than anything now. But
fight after that really was the middleweight fight: Chris Curtis versus Rodolfo Vieira. Chris Curtis won by decision. That was a good fight.
I think it was a pretty decisive decision too. Curtis looked good.
Yeah, he did.
Curtis looked really good. He'll be someone to look out for in the future. Oh, that's the guy that was at 205, right?
Yeah, he's always been good.
Was that 205 or is that?
No, that was middleweight.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay.
I did not watch this fight. The Carlos Ulberg versus Tafon Nduichi. First round TKO by Carlos Ulberg.
Oh, that handsome motherfucker. Jesus Christ. There you go. You want some money? Hey, UFC, you want some money? Because you got some money. That guy is beautiful and fucking is dangerous. And Australian.
Settle
So
down.
everybody likes him. Come on, man. You gotta suck these guys' dicks a little bit. They deserve it. Alan Jobane? Come on, man. While we had him, Luke
I
Rockhold?
will
Come on.
leave that to you, baby.
Paul Costa. What happens to these guys? The most
well,
beautiful men in the world just get
Costa got
pushed
shut
to the
into a little
side.
cave.
They just get pushed to the side and forgotten about. Most beautiful men in the world. What's in the future for Paul Costa? OnlyFans? Come on. What are we doing here?
He has great Instagram, is what Nick says.
I need to respect him when other people won't. That's all I'm saying.
Shai Lian versus TJ Brown. Shai Lian won by decision as well. Featherweight match.
Oh, the Asian dude, the Chinese guy? That was a good fight.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. He's fucking nasty. Yeah, man, it was a good card. A lot of like not really notable names, but like people you're gonna know soon. And really, that Gamrot, honestly, I know everybody thought that was kind of boring, but that may have been one of the best grappling matches in the UFC of all time. Like grappling, like combat grappling.
I didn't watch that fight.
No, the Gamrot fight.
Got there earlier. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just because I've heard a couple people say it was kind of boring because of the grappling. I was like, this is so high level though. It's so fast.
Yeah, it was good, but I don't know. I was disappointed after that decision.
Was that it? Was that all the fights?
No, we have before that bantamweight fight, Raulian Palva versus Sergey Morozov.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Morozov
thought
won.
Raulian was gonna win. Yeah, Sergey did pretty nasty there. It was pretty nice.
And Cody Durden with a TKO in the first round, which is what I thought was going to happen. And then Brian Kelleher getting beat by Mario Batista, and that was a submission in the first round. I really thought
Batista is the motherfucker to look out for right now. He's good.
Chance, but man, that was quick. And then I called this one as well, Vanessa Domopoulos, but she, I guess, did not look like she really won. I did not watch that fight, so a lot of people say that Jen Dufresne won. Or Jen Dufresne?
Yeah, decision split.
Who knows? You know.
I saw that fight, but I kind of forget what happened. It was so early in the night. Decision split, which means not that notable anyway. So Herb Dean was on. Wait, how many fights? Herb Dean? Oh wow, interesting. So I was talking shit about Herb Dean in the beginning. Herb Dean, right, does the first fight of the night. No, sorry, second fight of the night, and then the third to last fight of the night, which is very weird for Herb. Normally, Herb gets like the main events. They pushed him down hardcore on this one.
So Dana White says John Jones ready to go. Expects him to fight Francis Ngannou or Stipe Miocic in UFC return.
Because that has to be very new.
Yes, it is. John Jones is ready to go, White said. We're just waiting on an opponent. It's either going to be Francis Ngannou, depending on how long his knee is going to take to recover, or Stipe Miocic. Very interesting because I'm a huge believer in ring rust, White said, but all negative things could say that John Jones in his personal life and the things that have happened, he's the best.
It's very interesting because I'm a huge believer in ring rust, White said, but for all the negative things you could say about John Jones and his personal life and things that have happened, he's the best. He's definitely the best of all time. Thank you, Dana. Yeah, no, he's right. Also, Stipe's eyes are fucked up, and I think his knees are fucked up. Stipe.
Yeah.
They're feeding him. Like, I don't, like, he's gonna... John Jones didn't go up in heavyweight to fight Stipe. He can beat Stipe. We know this already. So it's not really what we came to see. We want to see him fight Ngannou, and Dana understands this.
Stipe is like that dad that I think like has like a chance, but you just totally write him off.
I think he has a chance against John Jones, to be honest. Yes.
It's kind of weird. It's like I just automatically I'm like, nah, John Jones is gonna just wreck him. But then I think like in the back of my mind I'm like, oh, but that 10% like Stipe just dad strength fucking fireman guy. I don't know. Maybe he does it.
I think John Jones at heavyweight is going to be really dangerous.
Like anybody that can survive 5 rounds or whatever the fuck he did against Francis is just another type of person.
Yeah, but
he took huge shots
at the expense of what? Like you can't speak correctly anymore. So.
Oh yeah, I know.
For the rest of your life because you've got
the poor dude. That's why I want him to retire. He's got a beautiful family and everything. I feel like he's got made enough money, you know, from it. He can invest the stuff that he does have, and I don't know.
It's because he was the greatest of all time, but he's not John, and he's not Ngannou.
Well, you know, it comes to a certain point where you got to say, you know, this is it for the best of my family and me.
Yeah, I mean, he had three title defenses. No one's done that heavyweight, right? Except I think Ngannou's done that now, right? Or no?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe 2. I don't even know. I have to go look that up. But like, Ngannou knocks motherfuckers out.
That dude's just built for it.
Yeah. He's built. He's a true heavyweight. He's a motherfucker that cuts down to 260. Actually, at this point, he doesn't. He actually lost weight, but like he would cut down to 265 and be jacked. The only person to ever do that before was like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so he fought Stipe and won, and then he just fought Cyril. So
it's 2, right? So
one
more, and he's. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so he's got a couple. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
And John Jones is on the menu. Oof. Interesting.
That's why it's such a good, you know, record of Stipe is to be able to say that. That's why I feel like he's made his kind of legacy. Like, dude, you can you know, stop.
People think Cain Velasquez is the best of all time. It's like that dude hasn't fought in 10 fucking years, and when he did fight, and he got crumbled.
Yeah, but his career before that. That's why people say he was the best, is his career before.
Whatever. I respect the greats, but like he was never somebody that like I was like, oh, I really want to watch the Cain fight, and like I don't dislike him, and I feel like this shit that's going on with him personally right now. I don't even really want to talk about because I don't really understand it, but like I do feel for him. Like I have nothing against Cain Velasquez at all.
Oh, he needs to be released from jail, dude. But I mean, also I kind of feel like he was kind of stupid about doing it, like
an idiot. But I mean, you can't commit murder.
Yeah.
So we're done with that conversation. But aside from that,
well, he didn't commit murder, really. So
he attempted murder, I thought, or he killed somebody.
He tried.
Yeah,
but
close enough. So,
but it's like, you know, you can plead insanity too. You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're going to court and everything. He's gonna plead something.
Like temporary insanity is a real thing for that.
100%. Yeah, I agree about that. By the way, so
I would be.
But
I'd be out of my mind if that happened to me.
Look, I could cause temporary insanity for calling fucking John Jones a baby eater in alleyways. Like, temporarily he might get upset and want to kill me. That doesn't mean that he has the right to kill me.
Yeah, so,
but this is not apples and oranges. He raped a child. Like, obviously, we're not fucking not.
But like,
Velasquez, his child was a victim.
How many times though? Too like that kind of shit would just make you. Yeah, dude, like it would make you see red. Yeah, just you.
100%. Yeah, no, there's it's not really fair for me to put the scale of degrees on that, but in reality, it's like you gotta fucking
like over 100 times or some shit like that, man. Like
a
little girl like that. And
I actually don't know the specifics. I'm gonna back out at this point because I'm
Yeah.
I don't know all the specifics, and I know it's really fucked up and things like that.
It was like a 30 or 40. It was like a 40-something-year-old man living in the home, right, of the daycare center.
Before, and then it's like it's something that's happened before. They let him back in, and then he like hundreds of times molested his child. It's like
over the course of a year. Yeah, it was like it was once every week is what I did the math on it for a year. Like,
I don't know the answer.
Bad, bro. Or twice a week, something like that. It's horrible. It's horrible.
At face value, I'm like, yeah, Cain Velasquez, you can't fucking do that. And then the more I'm hearing about this, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, exactly. And you're a trained fighter, man. Like,
right.
The way you solve your
problems in life is through fighting.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I would just
not saying that's the deciding factor, but in reality, it's like, yo, his
family's like huge to Mexicans too. Like, he raped his daughter, dude. Like, you know, like I don't know, man. And like the whole thing about like the parents being in the car and he shot like at them too. Like, I really feel like it's not legal, right? I don't get, that's not, I can't be based off that, but I feel like sentiment wise, like, fuck them, man. Like, they are culpable. Like, they,
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
It was the parents. It was this sex molesters' parents that ran the daycare center in their home, out of their home, and they had their son living with him, and so Cain went to their services, right? And then the son that's living there, that's like 40 or something like that, he's like sexually molesting her while she's at the daycare center. And so, like, they're like, to me, it's like, okay, so how are you allowing your like creep of a fucking son that you're probably keeping an eye on? How are you letting her have like him have private time with one of these like, girls that you're supposed to be watching like consistently? Like, that's not cool, bro. Like you would notice it over the course of a whole year. Like, where is he?
Right.
Are they? Where is she? Like, no. Like, you're culpable. So I really don't give a shit that he fired at both of them or all of them. Like, they all should be fucking put in jail.
As somebody who is I hold people accountable. I'm very like, you're accountable, so now it's your fault too.
Exactly, dude.
I feel for Cain Velasquez. Holy shit, dude. That's what I would do. I'd be like, you knew about this, motherfucker? This was in front of you? Now it's your fault. Immediately, that's what I would do.
And that's that's why I feel for him so much. I'm like he did something wrong. He shot at them, whatever. He shot at them in the car or whatever. But
he's so fucked, dude. He's not. The court doesn't give a fuck, dude. He's so fucked. Oh.
I know. Everybody's with him though.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that's so rough.
It is. It really is.
Well,
I'm sure I butchered some details, but that's the general story. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. I haven't read about this enough. Like I normally about like
it's not something that's fun to read about.
It's fun to talk. It's fun to talk about John Jones slamming his head into a fucking cop car. It's not fun to talk about Cain Velasquez's daughter being molested and then him fucking being in a court case because he's
dude.
Fuck. This is the shit. This is like, you don't want to see the people, and like I've never been a huge Cain fan. This is how we got into this. Like, I'm not, but like I respect him so much, and to see him be in a situation like this, it sucks. Damn. Like, I understand it. You don't want to see the greats get in situations where it's like they're going to be exposed to such serious pain. Now, this isn't the same case, but like CTE is like, I don't want to see Tony Ferguson get hurt anymore, but I want to see him fight still.
Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, this has been a pretty decent episode. I think Nick's sleeping, but that's all right.
No, that's fine. I mean, I don't think he's gone to bed just yet.
Just yet. I think he's just snuggling nice under his covers. He's just listening. This guy's a little baba-ing.
Was that the last fight?
We covered them. Those are we went through all the cards. We went through all of them. We covered the chick too. The chick.
Yep. Okay, cool.
We can do a bonus later. Yeah, this was great. Coops, I'm glad you came on, and this is fun. Normally we do them like, so I try to have them up Monday morning, which we're already past that. And then Thursday, I try to do them. So it's up by Friday morning.
Okay. Mondays and Thursdays.
And that's twice, and then we also do 2 premium episodes, so that's 4 episodes, and then I have to edit everything, so that's 8 hours total for me. That's why I'm saying it's a lot of work, but this is part of it. But you'll get it. But this was good. This is really good. All right, let me just stop it up. Yeah, thanks, guys. Oh, and mybookie.ag/promo codes north-south. Go to that. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And the Patreon. Don't forget the Patreon.
Sign
I'm leaving all this in.